You wanted to be. Rich. All I ever wanted was some motherfucking guala. Money. Bando used to smell like some stinking enchiladas. The streets is a jungle, gotta watch for the koalas. Snoopers. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them ounces. Ounces. Yeah. Ounces. Whole lot of ounces. Ounces. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them ounces. Quavo. Walk around with large amounts of guala on me. Cash. I'm walking around with the pocket rocket, don't run up on me long. Bought my first Audi with the fish scale guts. Now I got the bitches wanna fuck, they wanna cuddle up. Wanna come to the bando, not 2 times, then twist that hand. Not everything gets stopped. Whatever you need, just ask me. I'm selling that kush to Asher. Real money got a whole bag of ash. Miley taller than mountains. Drinking late, not a damn water fountain. She so bad, gave me eration or E-Rose. Whatever you call it. Bitch, me and my team been ballin'. Got your label, keep motherfucking calling. Woke up to a bitch this morning. Got 16 new tap mess. Hit 10 on saying go get to the guap. Other 6 saying amigos up, nigga. All I ever wanted was some motherfucking guala. Money. Bando used to smell like some stinking enchiladas. The streets is a jungle, gotta watch for the koalas. Snoopers. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them ounces. Ounces. Yeah. Ounces. Whole lot of ounces. Ounces. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them ounces.
Kid, all I wanted was $100 bill. Now I'm 19, young nigga want 100 mil. Selling whole things, want that ounce, can't bust a seal. Wanna be a trapper, never serve a nigga where you live. In the bando counting trips, no poker, weighing bells or no homes. I got lots of O's. Put my name right next to Al Capone. Wizard, Antoine Jameson. My plug ain't kangaroo jack, but he Australian. And he got crash ass in the nail sack. They say I'm a product of my environment. Selling that dope to economists. Menace to society. At the top of the mountain, you under me. Young nigga, I'm trapping and grinding. No scared for the workers, I'm eyeing it. You niggas still nickel and diamond. Remix the dope and you niggas still buying it.
All I ever wanted was some motherfucking guala. Money. Bando used to smell like some stinking enchiladas. The streets is a jungle, gotta watch for the koalas. Snoopers. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them ounces. Ounces. Yeah. Ounces. Whole lot of ounces. Ounces. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them ounces.
For the route gang, Cody rock niggas really ain't shit. I hop in the Audi, I hop in the Bentley. I'm fucking, I'm smashing that bitch. Young rich nigga with the rolling wrist. Trapping and capping, I'm selling the bird and capping. You fuck nigga really ain't serving. Selling the brick to the plug up in Berlin. Put it dope in the water, hit it with the Abbeys. Believe I'm good on tequila. My neck is so sick, got the measles. Just for my niggas that trapping the Regal. Ounce it. Molly Santan is tall as a mountain. Put the Molly on top of her tongue. She sucking and fucking, she ain't got no manners. Back to the bases, I'm counting these faces. Pockets inflating off, trapping the baby. You nigga fugazi, my niggas they strut like the name. I'm the mayor. Matter of fact, I'm the president. Sipping on edifice like it's my medicine. Throwing the bird with accuracy. All of you niggas is amateur. Pull up in phantoms, but trap out of challenger.
All I ever wanted was some motherfucking guala. Money. Bando used to smell like some stinking enchiladas. The streets is a jungle, gotta watch for the koalas. Snoopers. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them ounces. Ounces. Yeah. Ounces. Whole lot of ounces. All I ever wanted was to get rid of them ounces.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of the Backcourt. My name is Ryan Escobar. This is Tanel, and we are Souls of Liberty. Another Saturday, Tanel. We made it another week.
It's
They
crazy.
haven't cut us off yet.
Crazy.
You know, let's start off with something breaking news. Brandon Jennings just got a 10-day contract with the Milwaukee Bucks.
LA's
Shout out to
finest.
BJ.
Shout out to BJ. Back where he started.
You know, he got hurt, went overseas,
Went to China.
recovered, did the G League route. Now he got his 10-day contract.
He was given 30 in China.
What I will
G
say
League.
to me that this proves is that if you can ball, you can ball. And if you're going to go the G League route, if you're going to go the overseas route, it doesn't matter. If you can ball, you can ball. The league is going to find you.
give credit where credit's due. Brandon Jennings was one of the first niggas to like say fuck college and go overseas, grab a bag, and come back.
You know what?
And still went first round, got signed to Under Armour before that was a real thing.
That's a good transition because, lately they've been talking about the draft, changing the draft. Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay. Go ahead.
Point
guard.
I like that. No. Me and you kind of have, I won't say differing views, but I think that we have different tactics that we think the NBA should attack its draft issue with.
I just say do the baseball shit, man. Treat them like they white kids and let them do whatever the fuck they, you know what I mean?
I think that the NBA should treat it like any other business and do what's best for its employees. And when I say that, I mean to be a doctor, there are certain requirements. To be a lawyer, there are certain requirements. To be a copywriter, there are certain requirements. In the NBA, I think that there should be certain requirements.
Outside of just being cold as fuck at basketball?
Yes.
Okay, so what are those requirements?
The requirements to me should be, I think that they should either A, utilize the G League, which I think that they're trying to figure out. The NBA is trying to figure out the G League. The NBA is a league that's less than 100 years old. So when you compare it to baseball, it's kind of unfair because baseball has just been around since forever. But the NBA, I think they should either go straight to high school. You sign with the affiliated franchise like the Lakers have, like the Defenders. And, so let's just say, hypothetically, Lonzo Ball wouldn't have went to college. The LA Defenders would have drafted him. He would have got
he should have had an option like baseball.
Right. He would have had a two-way contract. He could have been able to go right into the professional league, even though it's not the NBA. But he's going on to play professional. He's in the pipeline. He gets his years in, and that way they could better prepare the players, because 1 year in college not preparing the players. But if you got Lonzo Ball a year professional under our training regimen, getting his traveling down,
well, see,
that would be better.
The reason why you can't do that is because it's a salary cap. In baseball, you can pay a motherfucker however much they when you want to pay him. They don't make as much on average as NBA players because it's more people.
Right.
But they top players get paid a shit ton more from that one sport.
Right.
So you would just have to change everything.
No,
you really would have to change everything.
You wouldn't, because the NBA now has two-way contracts. You wouldn't have to change everything.
I'm saying they not going to draft people out of high school. The NBA draft is such a big thing. It's one of the biggest drafts in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that would just mess up their whole shit, because if you give people the option, if you draft somebody and he decides to go to college, you fucked. Whereas in baseball, it's thousands of prospects.
But that's the thing in
know
basketball. Nobody wants to go to college. So you're not
Right.
going to have that issue. If you go to the draft, you don't want to go to college.
But I'm saying you got to give people. I think it got to be both ways.
Like people like this. What's
Because
buddy?
some people want to learn some
what's
shit.
buddy like Ben Simmons, Blakeney, that played with Ben Simmons. Antonio Blakeney, now two-way player. He didn't want to go to college.
No.
He had no interest in college at all. His time would have been better served as a person, I think, and as a basketball player, spending his last 2 years in the G League.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There are more cases of that than anything else. You know what I mean? Next, I think, or if NBA doesn't want to go that route and really fully flesh out the G League and figure it out, I think that they should go ahead and go 2 years in college. And the reason I say you go 2 years is because if you look back historically at its players, outside of the 5 to 10 anomalies, all of the best players went to college.
That was just the structure.
It doesn't hurt, and it helps the league. It helps the league because it's a men's league.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
I don't agree with the 2 years.
I'm saying just taking away.
You know what I want to happen, because this is what really need to happen in real life. What need to happen is the motherfuckers who doing the basketball operation shit need to really know what the fuck they doing. And that's the problem. That's why they fucking all the shit up, because they trying to protect themselves against making the wrong decisions. And that has changed everything.
Seems like they don't
college shit.
They don't understand what an anomaly is. Everybody's chasing anomalies. It's one LeBron. It was like one KG. It was one Dwight Howard. It was one Moses Malone. Those were the best players from high school.
And people forget selective memory. Kobe wasn't good when he came out.
Kobe took a couple years before he
Roll
got,
your
he
eyes
was
or
ready.
whatever, be upset.
And I was the biggest
Get
Kobe
Kobe
fan.
dick out your mouth.
I was the biggest Kobe fan. Kobe took a couple years before he was ready.
He was ready to be an NBA player. Right, he was a child.
He could play in the league. We're not questioning somebody to get out there on 5-on-5 and run the plays. Yeah. But can you be effective? Are you an effective member of our job?
And the media play a role in that too, because if you're the best high school player, you guys give to earth every year.
Sebastian Telfair. He didn't want to go to
free
college.
Sebastian.
No, don't free Sebastian. Don't free Sebastian.
Free him, no. Fuck it.
No,
whatever.
No, you
free
get
him.
caught in New York with the heat and the guns. You don't want to be free.
Whatever.
No,
he don't. But
no,
like I said,
I'm not freeing nobody that don't want to be free.
That's a bigger problem we got.
My point is, Sebastian Telfair would have benefited from that transition program that we're both saying the NBA needs to create with the G League now.
So we talking about America. We not really even talking about the NBA no more, because if you taught all these motherfuckers how to read and gave them equal opportunity from the time they was little,
that's not gonna happen.
Right. So it's none of this shit fair. Life ain't fair. Whatever. Let's move on to the next.
So I'm saying the NBA. I think the NBA really's got an interesting 2 years coming up. I think that they're going to figure it out. I think they're going to do something drastic, because the NBA dictates where basketball as a global sport. Yeah. As a global sport goes. And that's the only.
Because college week is fucked this year, man.
College is terrible this year. College is not fun, really. Speaking of college, we're going to go right into rest in peace, Kevin Ollie's job. He got fired today from UConn.
We went from we dropped a lot. One black coach gone.
Like 2-3 weeks ago, me and you were talking, and I was like, Kevin Ollie's definitely going to get fired.
Yeah, he's been the first coach since Jim
took
Calhoun.
his job.
Shout out to
He
Jim
followed
Calhoun.
up Calhoun. He was an assistant coach for Jim Calhoun. He won a national championship with Napier, and since then they've just been really terrible.
Shout out to all the guards who not hella tall.
They've had All-Americans. They've had I think maybe one, but
it's
overall,
been rough. It's been a rough thing.
They've been terrible. I don't know why UConn's been so they've been terrible.
And they playing in a weak-ass conference,
too. So, on top of that, it's not even like they're in the ACC. Like, they're in the Big East.
They gave him a chance to see what's going on, and he couldn't handle it.
I guess, and everybody was trying to talk to Kevin Ollie, potentially to the NBA talk, because he was a former player, but Kevin Ollie's got to go back to the drawing board. I don't know if it was UConn.
Yeah.
You know what it probably was, though, to be honest? He couldn't recruit. Because if you think about it, if you're a kid, you were born in 1997, you don't know who the fuck Kevin Ollie is, right?
Who is Kevin Ollie? In addition to that, he not out here cheating. The best programs out here cheating. They out here paying people mama mortgages. They out here doing all the shit they need to do to get motherfuckers to pull up.
You want to talk about cheating? Arizona was cheating their ass off, and they still couldn't win. So
right, but at
some point in time,
if Kevin Ollie had them players, if Kevin Ollie had 5 first rounders in the years he been there, he would probably be a lot more games.
I give you.
You know what I'm saying?
I will give you.
Aaron Gordon would have been dunking on niggas, and you know what I'm saying.
I'll give you that.
I don't even know the name of the conference.
They're not in the big. No, they're in the
American.
Athletic.
I think it's American.
AAC.
Yeah.
It's not the ACC. It's the
right.
AAC.
But if they biggest comp of the year was Memphis, Arizona be going crazy. You know
Cincinnati.
what I'm saying?
Cincinnati's actually a ranked team. You know what I'm saying? Next,
shout out to
last night as we lost to UNC.
Man, Grayson.
I was kind of disappointed.
I'm a little disappointed in his play because you're not aggressive, bro. I don't get it.
And right now, going from Arizona, it's like 30 NBA teams NCAA teams that are caught up in this FBI probe. I'm interested to see how that all shakes out. But Grayson,
nothing gonna change.
Grayson has really. Last week he was my player of the week because I was really, I think Grayson's had a decent Duke career. He was my player of the week last week. I think Grayson had a decent Duke career as far as,
he passed Grant Hill.
He passed Grant Hill and Sheldon Rich, so he's top 15.
Sheldon Williams, not Rich.
Senior. He's a senior. No, you just make that.
It just feel like 6 years. He's just hating.
No, seriously, Grayson.
No, he was a true freshman 4 years ago.
He would have been senior with Jaleel Okafor, Justin Winslow. They all would have been seniors this year.
And Duke wouldn't have won a championship without him.
Nah, He's
definitely a Duke legend.
Last year, they just talked about him all year because he was just tripping everybody and doing all that crazy shit.
To end your career in the ACC, that was a real huff shot. It happens. But he played real scary to me last night.
But he's got a chance to redeem himself. If Grayson could take these guys to the Elite 8, that is overachieving. This is a second-round exit team to me. And I love Duke. They're 2 seed, but get your brackets out.
Yeah, I want to put y'all in the Final Four, but it's tough.
This is a definite second-round exit.
But the field's so weak this year that if I got some people together, we might could go to the second round. Shit,
I don't doubt that, actually.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't doubt that at all for 1 second. But we're going to go transition back. Let's go to talk a little high school. in the state of Illinois, they named E.J. Liddell from Belleville West.
Little cousin of
Tommy Liddell.
Tommy Liddell from East St. Louis.
E.J. Liddell was named the Gatorade Illinois, Player of the Year. Caused a little shakeup in the city of Chicago because people thought my guy Thornton Tucker from Simeon could have been up for it. I heard some people saying potentially Io from Morgan Park. Don't agree with Io.
Yeah, I don't see it.
But I will say E.J. Liddell is a monster.
Yeah, and he's playing. They try to question his competition, but he playing St. Louis competition, which is pretty decent. In
the nation right
Chicago
now.
does have decent competition, but I will say Simeon and Morgan Park and teams like that from on the high school scene are very stacked in comparison to they just AAU teams in regular season. And this is one of the only cities where you could go to whatever high school you want to.
Just to dilute the conversation, we have 2 St. Louis guys on here. Chicago public school basketball
is very good. It's very good.
Let's be real.
No, I'm not hating.
I follow.
I'm
just keeping you guys in
in
check.
comparison to like regular teams, they are a stacked team. So it take away you can't. You can't see a lot of the talent, and the boy Horton is talented.
I think Thornton Tucker is the best player in the state, though.
Okay,
I think that he's the best player in the state. I think he's better. I think he's better than E.J. Liddell as far as
currently it's NBA skill set.
Wise, E.J. Liddell is what you mean? Which one's which?
He went to
E.J. Liddell's from Belleville, Southern Illinois down there, and then Thornton is goes to Simeon. Io goes to Morgan Park. And
I think it's a numbers thing. That's what I'm saying. Like he might be better, but like I said, his team is so stacked. Where you got 4 or 5 D1 guys, whereas E.J. Liddell is on a team where it's like he runs the town.
If Thornton was on Belleville West, he would average 35.
Right.
And Thornton is kind of just averaging probably dub, but he's dominating the CPS.
And when you watch them play, they're casually whooping people's ass, not really playing hard. You know what I'm saying? They just on some better than y'all. You know what I'm saying? So he don't put together as well of a resume if you looking from if you don't know who he is already.
From the eye standpoint.
It looked like he just out there kind of doing him.
EJ, because you know what? EJ Liddell's averaging
10 blocks.
Yeah,
he has more of a
blocks,
complete game in terms of all levels. Whereas Horton is a guard. He's an NBA level type of dude.
And even if you look at Thornton, EJ Liddell's just stat line, I'm sure it just jumps out at you more if you haven't seen Simeon play. But Io made the Jordan Brand game.
And Tucker didn't.
Tucker didn't make the Jordan Brand. But you know what? Io played for Mac Irvin, and that's a lot of eyeball.
His politics a lot
better. Darius Garland, who played for Brad.
Memphis. Yeah.
He played for Brad. He made it. I saw that they put out the eyeball districts this year or whatever. And Team Penny, Mocan, Kansas, Brad, they're all in the same district or whatever. So I'm sure that's going to be a lot of good games. So I can't read that. Jake's got bad handwriting. I thought I had
Chicago
bad
handwriting.
Jake's got a lot worse handwriting than me. But no, Io, we're going to Morgan Park. Morgan Park, I think, is playing Whitney Young today
to go to state.
We were talking about St. Louis last week. I think between Hazelwood and Chaminade, I don't know who's won the game yet. Webster Groves got a chance to go to state.
Shout out to Ramey. Go to
I
Mizzou,
bring up Ramey because, gosh, we need you to come to Mizzou.
We really need a guard.
We're going to get into Mizzou talk later. We got a special guest. We're going to get into Mizzou talk a little bit later. I wanted to bring up to UT Kevin Love. Kevin Love put out a Players Tribune article where he talked about his issues with mental health and trying to bring awareness to NBA players and everybody that's struggling with mental health. What do you think about that? How did that resonate with you?
It resonated. I mean, like I said, he brought up his grandma. I was a grandma's boy, so when I lost my grandma, I definitely flipped my world upside down as a younger person. So I could see how you know, a high-profile dude and you don't deal with certain problems because there's so much going on.
Right.
You just let things fester inside you. And, you know, sometimes you need a good cry, even though we all, man, you know, life fucked up. You know what I'm saying? We live in a very indifferent universe. You know what I mean? So,
you know, the things he talked about with things that we all struggle with, missing a grandparent or...
And money don't change none of that. You know what I mean? So
you got to deal with these things the way you got to deal with them, you know. So shout out to Kevin Love. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, he talked about dealing with depression as well.
About, you know, the things that they're dealing with.
Because survivor's remorse is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come from areas where, Kevin Love from a different type of situation. He always been on a better side. But like say DeMar DeRozan's like you come from the hood, you make it out, and everybody you ever knew is fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you live in a different lifestyle.
It's like Aaron LaFallo, him.
Yeah, it's like
Kendrick Lamar.
Out of everybody from your city, it's like 4 people who doing good in life, and then everybody else is just like in jail and fucked up and dealing with all the shit that come with being black in society and big cities. You know what I mean? So that shit can be real depressing. You know.
So shout out to K Love. You know, hopefully he's dealing with this injury. I hope that he comes back healthy. You know, he's got this off his chest. I'm sure he can look and see, you know, what the Cavs need. I'm sure he sees where Larry Nance.
Yeah, I think Kevin Love gonna come back and he gonna consistently make open threes. Come on, Kevin, you could do it.
Yeah, I think Kevin Love's gonna have a good second half.
He gonna rebound. You make open threes, rebound. We might could fuck around and take KD and the Warriors down.
I just want to see the Cavs get back to the championship. Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean they going to the championship as long as LeBron in good health.
That's just the best basketball to watch.
Even without Kevin Love, they're in the finals.
Yeah, you just
on
want to see
some LeBron is one.
You just want to see the best. You just want to see the best games, really. And you know for a fact that
as much as I love DeRozan and them, they never showed me nothing when it get warm outside.
We'll talk about we'll talk a little Toronto later. Another shout out I want to give was D Wade. You know,
shout out to D Wade for going to the high school that got shot up.
Parkland
on the day of doing more than the government actually did. You know what I mean? Yeah, before Trump.
Yeah, we're going to get a little political here, but Betty DeVos, the Secretary of Education.
Yeah, they got all these dumbass rich motherfuckers, man.
You know, but D-Wade showing a lot of love to, you know, he's a Florida man now. Yeah, like a student actually got buried in a D-Wade jersey.
And let's say what it say. You know what I mean? So Wade County,
man.
Wade County.
I'm most impressed with his
Chicago native.
With his ability to go from Miami to Chicago to the Cleveland to back to Miami. It was like he never left Miami.
Yeah, it was.
It was like he got hurt and just started playing again.
And we gonna go ahead and call it out because this is a real show. They dropped the ball in Miami by not giving him the Kobe treatment and paying him off of respect, especially with the pay cuts he took so they could bring LeBron and do all the things they did and add them championships to the right. So Pat Riley, we need you to stop being such a racist-ass white man. I'm glad you back on board and, you know what I'm saying, and off your ego and shit and letting D-Wade. They need to pay that man out of respect. Pay that man, bro. D-Wade done put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to hit the ground 1,000,000 times.
I wonder now. I've been thinking about that, though, like – where does D-Wade go from here now? Because it's like
they ain't paid him.
They haven't paid him.
They ain't paid him.
Are they gonna go back and pay him? Are they gonna give him like the dirt treatment now? Like I don't know.
They actually did like a really good story in the Tribune this week talking about how Dwayne Wade was like just so well suited for like his next career. Like he's just gonna be. He's got his hands in a lot of things.
True.
He just executive produced a movie.
The documentary with Chance
about
Chance Daniel Poneman, who's an upcoming guest on our Backcourt show.
Yeah, we're going to have Daniel soon. Shout out to Daniel, you know. So, you know, this is I just really wanted to give that shout out to D-Wade, you know, because he deserved that. I feel like he's been balling.
And D-Wade's son look like he on the NBA track for sure.
You know, every time I see D-Wade, it look like he's just like in Miami having the time of his life, balling, diving on the floor, jumping out of bounds. Like he looked like the Flash again. You know, so that's real good. But right now, I think we should get into a little bit of music, and then we're gonna bring in our special guest. You know, so we'll wait to reveal that to you all. We got a real good friend coming up. But right
he a little smooth, he a little suave guy.
You know, right now we're gonna get into a little bit of Dom Kennedy. I don't know what we got queued up. It doesn't really matter. Count on My Money by Overdose, featuring Dom Kennedy actually. So
shout out to Overdose. I'm destined.
You know, we'll be right back. Backcourt. So good.
Gon' change when niggas start getting money. Caucasian dads mad cause they baby girls say they love me. Blow hotter than a model walking down Rodeo. She think she bad cause a Gucci bag ain't even a day old. Old friends say I'm stuck up cause I smoke up in Bel Air. Rolling around in my CL63 AMG looking player. My girl gon' love me cause I'm passionate. Ignoring calls from Kim Kardashian. Left the voicemail saying she got some cash to spend. Can't wait till OD doing what y'all niggas imagining. Girls say we hot. dudes think we cool. Kids listen to us every morning when they walk to school.
Driving fancy cars, dating movie stars, and I always count my money. Every girl I see wanna be with me, and I can't blame them either. Same old shit, different day. I'm rolling with counting
A lot of this
money.
shit gon' change when niggas start getting money. Woters wanna be brodies and bitches ain't acting funny no more. Cush in a man shop, ladies giving pairs top, thicker than a dreadlock, fucking me out of wedlock. And bet I get her like the inside of a bed box. Boy, young nigga, bet I be in your daughter playlist. While you regret your life in your Jetta, I know you hate it, cause I was that nigga in the party with you, drugged out. Now I'm teaching your children what money, life, and love about. Yeah, I understand, but everybody got their own plan. Hope you see I'm a changed man.
Driving fancy cars, dating movie stars, and I always count my money. Every girl I see wanna be with me, and I can't blame them either. Same old shit, different day. I'm rolling with counting
A
my
lot of
money.
shit gon' change when niggas start getting money, huh? Keys in the range, old friends say I changed. Came into the game and got exactly what we wanted, huh? Girls in different states toss their panties on the stage, that's kinda funny, huh? Back then couldn't afford a cut. Now I'm stated faded like your taper, counting paper. Courtside watching Lakers run. Mixing fun with the drugs, that's the funk to make your speakers bump. It sound good, don't it? ODOC got the flows from the hood, now they own us trying to clone it. Trees got me zoning, I'm higher than the palms. Sound the alarm, we the bomb, hi mom.
Driving fancy cars, dating movie stars, and I always count my money. Every girl I see wanna be with me, and I can't blame them either. Same old shit, different day. I'm rolling with counting my money.
Yeah, I'm going crazy this winter. I'm trying to get money like baby. What up, Brenda?
Last week I fucked 5 bitches, don't remember one name. She wanna know more, I want one thing. Had a chicken and smoking on the tour bus. Last year I remember they ignored us. She used to fuck with ASAP. Too short, said that you know the bitch from way back. These groupie hoes ain't got no morals. Where that pussy goes, only Lord knows. Only Lord knows. Lord knows. How'd I make it out of nothing? Only Lord knows. Why these niggas stay frontin'? Only Lord knows. Ooh, Lord knows. Lord knows. Is you really who you say? Only Lord knows. Why they so fake? Only Lord knows.
Giving hoes game. Real shit they gon' remember. I tried to see the Mustang, it don't drop till December. And that's what they told me. Pussy don't control me. Money don't define me. It help these hoes find me. I wonder if she wanna smoke and sit in the jacuzzi. And can I trust you to make my orange and carrot smoothie? And will you get mad if I look at a girl booty? I just wanna know, I just wanna know. Look, get the rag top, hit the drug spot, buy a sack, then hit the club. Who was that? Where you find that? Bad little motherfucker met her up at Starbucks. Or maybe that was Coffee Bean. Shit, I was starstruck. I really don't remember.
Only Lord knows. Nothing, only Lord knows. Why these niggas stay frontin'? Only Lord knows. Ooh, Lord knows.
Down sauce. Out south got that down sauce. Out west got that down sauce. East side got that mouth sauce. Up north got that mouth sauce. Down south got that mouth sauce. Out south,
Damn, son.
Up north got that mouth sauce. Out south got that mouth sauce. Out west got that mouth sauce. East side got that mouth sauce. Up north got that mouth sauce. Down south got that mouth sauce. Out south,
Damn, son.
back to the backcourt. As you can see, right now we got a 3-man weave going. We got my man.
True.
Kanye West on Twitter.
Kanye West.
You know what I'm saying?
You already know what it is. Young Kanye West out here, straight from Denver.
Straight out of Denver. The Mile High, you know what I mean? We met Pani down at Mizzou, you know, MIZ, you know. So the first thing we got to talk about is the greatest player to ever put shoes on, Michael Porter Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Came back.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
No, man. Because y'all hating.
The greatest basketball player ever, Michael Porter Jr.
The greatest 19-year-old ever, for sure.
Know, came back after like 160 days of not playing and suited up for Mizzou.
And almost had a double-double on some low-key shit.
We lost in the first round.
He had a back injury. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he had a back surgery, I want to say. They didn't even really say.
He probably was dunking too fucking hard all high school.
I think it was like spinal or something like that. But
he's just T-Mac of now.
Yeah, basically. But he
he is. I'm not exaggerating one bit, bro.
We
like,
lost,
I wish I would.
Yeah, we lost by, I would say, like, with 3 points.
2 points. 2 points.
Just two. Yeah.
On some whole shit. If we had any guards, we would have won.
Now,
no offense to the guys, played a little better this time. Even though I hated
guys
his
did
guts
play a little bit better. But
season.
of course, I don't know if you saw this, Chanel. Me and you haven't even talked about this. Last night, early this morning, they caught Jordan Barnett on a DWI
St. Louis
in Columbia. His goof ass.
You 6'8", you can't do no crimes in a racist white town.
And according to the Mizzou's Athletic Association, if you get caught with a DWI, you're out for a week. So potentially, he won't even fucking play in the tournament.
See you overseas,
on some
buddy.
Dumbass shit. You know
See you overseas.
I'm sorry for all the profanity, as you can tell.
But they did some dumbass shit. You went to private school, boy.
I'm really passionate.
God damn.
But Pani, you saw the game?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Man, honestly, everybody was going in on MPJ saying that, you know, he looked rusty, but I mean, it's his first game back.
First game ever in college, for real.
First game ever in college. The first game that he played, he only played for 2 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
And they took him right out the game.
So technically, this was his first game.
His first game.
Yeah.
His first game. You know what I'm saying? He never even saw the second half of college before.
Right.
You know
exactly.
He looked like he was trying to get a feel, trying to figure out how to do it. And to his defense, like, besides, like, the one dude on the wing, what's the light-skinned dude that's pretty good?
Cassius Robinson.
Cassius Robinson and his brother.
He missed a shot.
Between Cassius Robinson and his brother, the other boy from East St. Louis, a freshman, so I'm not going to come for him. But the rest of them pretty pie.
I will say
this. The rest of them weak as hell.
This is the first time in like 5 years that I know of the basketball players on Mizzou.
They had like a senior.
Right.
They had a little white boy out there that wasn't a scholarship player. He was play solid. You know what I'm saying?
We technically have 8 scholarship players. If Jordan Barnett can't play, we have 7 scholarship players.
Right.
And which means we're going to get blasted in the tournament.
We're undermanned, but
it's disappointing.
I will say that we played really bad that game. Everybody was trying to figure out how to play with Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
The offense was off.
They wanted him to take over, and it's like, I'm not ready.
He wasn't ready.
He's running the offense.
Shout out to Jonte. Jonte played really
good.
Jonte
had dub, and they didn't give him no love.
In that game.
Yeah.
And I think our team has been so bad for so long. We have no tournament experience. And when you go into any tournament, the level of play is different. It's different level of intensity. We didn't come to play for a tournament style.
And it only bothered me because we was at home. That's the only reason. We got to at least win one game at the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We at the crib. It's low key.
Because I talked so much shit about KU last year when they lost in Kansas City last year in the tournament. So
and granted, we only got one McDonald's All-American, but
true.
And Kansas is littered with that shit, and they still weak.
Yeah.
But you know.
But overall though, I can't say as a Mizzou fan, it was very exciting to watch Michael Porter play. I wasn't disappointed. His first basket was a pass from his little brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a family affair. It's like,
and you could tell you're not 100% because, like I said, he would have dunked the shit out of that. Like, he would have broke the rim down.
Yeah. So being 6'9", you know what I'm saying? So
I personally think we could win 2 games in the tournament.
It depend on 100% what the Porter family is on.
Because
if they on some 2-man game shit and just shoot, Michael Porter needs to shoot 25 to 30 times for us to win.
He shot 17,
and we lost.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And we didn't lose because like a lot of people were saying, oh, he shot 17 shots and that's all. We lost because Jordan Barnett played like a hoe and Kevin Puryear played like a hoe.
And they are a senior.
Junior and a senior are two upperclassmen who
Kevin
played the
Puryear,
most.
I don't even look like he played basketball.
He fouled out. That game, he was, and I like Puryear.
He looked like the football player that plays on your team in high school.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Was terrible that game. So, and Cassius was a little rusty, but I don't.
But Cassius got a little game.
That was definitely on Jordan Barnett. That was definitely on Puryear to me. Like they laid an egg.
A complete egg.
Because you think about it, if Michael Porter wasn't there, we needed a sub.
Yeah, we would have got our ass beat.
Right. Like we actually.
And he on a minutes restriction, obviously, because he didn't play during pivotal stretches. If he would have been healthy, he just would have played the whole time.
Right.
And started. You know what I mean? So
I think they said today.
Brighter days ahead for our program.
We saw better days. Shout out to Konzo Martin.
Shout out to Konzo. He doing good under the circumstances.
Konzo's doing great.
Because they really ran that shit to the ground and gave the job to some other dude. From what's Tulsa man, Florida man on down. Frank Hayes. From Frank Hayes on down, we've been fucked. Shout out to my guy at Arkansas who really got us together. Mike Anderson got us together. But post that.
Yeah. And it's hard to say that I hated Frank Hayes because he went to the tournament.
I didn't hate Frank Hayes.
But we lost.
He was the coach of the year.
He was just on some. He was a great recruiter, but I don't know if X's and O's is his thing.
That's true.
Frank Hayes, he's a businessman. He a Calipari 0.0, like a little Calipari.
That's true. That's true. He's a poor man's Calipari. Yeah. He's definitely a poor man's Calipari.
They got game yesterday too.
Who?
Tulsa. Yeah.
See, it's going around.
You know.
Let's talk about a little Chicago news. Fake. The return of Derrick Rose.
To Minnesota.
To Minnesota.
Shout out to D Rose.
You know, Pawnee, how you feel about that?
So I'm in the minority of Chicago residents.
Okay.
Don't really think that Derrick Rose has much left to give the NBA. Yeah, I know.
I can't argue that.
Right.
You know what's tough about D Rose? 2 years ago on a terrible team, he averaged like 18. You know,
true.
Which is not easy to do in any facet in the NBA. Good team, terrible team. It's a lot of people that can't average.
You know what it
18
is like. Say I'm not even gonna come for D Rose, but I'm gonna just keep what I think about it. Put it out there. D Rose has always been extremely talented athletically and have uncanny ability to get by defenders and lay the ball up and do shit like that. Yeah. But being that is his strength, he never had a high basketball IQ as a point guard in basketball. And I think that's what we starting to see now that he's not as confident in his physical abilities, is the fact that his decision-making isn't up to par from a cerebral standpoint on the NBA level. And point guard is a premium position at today's day and age. So if you – back in the 90s, he would have been perfect because being able to shoot wasn't a big deal. You get to the basket, you lay it up or not. You push niggas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now the game is so Dame Lillard, all these dudes are just coming in the gym and could hit from anywhere.
I just feel like he hasn't adapted his game once he got injured.
Then too, the media builds you up to break you down. And I was one of them people during the time when they was building him up that was not in full. I wasn't mad at it, but I wasn't in love. I knew the truth behind what was really going on. You know what I'm saying? And so when you build somebody up to be the savior of one of the major markets in the country, which makes sense,
right?
Once the shit go awry, it's kind of like, when really Thibodeau was a great coach and it was a great situation that he came into, and they don't get credit on that end. They put all the credit on him.
Yeah.
But Kirk Heinrich got them to the playoffs too. You know what I'm saying? And on a high level.
Yeah.
And LeBron came through and tore shit down, and we all know what happened. But that's what I think it is. I think, he's not as bad as people say. He was never as good as people say. And I think that's the story of D Rose.
So how do you think he's going to do in Minnesota?
I think in a familiar environment, he's going to come off the bench and be a solid NBA player. Like, he still has a lot to offer. He's still one of the fastest human beings living.
D Rose,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, something that you never hear about D Rose? I think that D Rose, somebody's dying over there in the background. I think that D Rose is a good locker room guy. I never hear anybody. I never hear his teammates. I've never heard a teammate come out and say anything bad about D Rose.
I didn't say that. He's not a leader.
He was a general.
But he just missed the last points. People make him a leader, and he never has claimed
that's not him.
He just was laying it up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as a person on your team, you guys played. It's some people you just like to play with. Mm-hmm. And D Rose seems like one of those guys that people just enjoy playing
If he on your team, you traveling, he seems like the nigga that I would bunk with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and what he always brought to a team was something that, like, nobody could ever bring to a team. You know what I'm saying? His athleticism, his toughness. Yeah, he just is a good person. Like you never
unapologetic.
When D Rose was in New York, shout out to my guy Gene from the Bigs. He retweeted something that said that D Rose was like the athlete, like the sports writers voted him the athlete of the year. You know, because he was so professional, would always talk to him. Those are the things that you don't hear about D Rose. You know what I'm saying? We put a lot on D Rose because what he hasn't.
And I hate to say that too about him, like that he can't talk, because it's like, you know what I mean?
You know what D Rose is suffering from? D Rose suffers from the NBA players being so personable, like the brands being so big, to where in the 90s, without social media, that wouldn't be a big thing.
It didn't matter.
It wouldn't be as big of a thing for real. Like, because how great of a talker was like Gary Payton.
Gary Payton was a great talker. Let's not, like, Gary Payton had a huge mouth. I'm sorry, this is the only point in the whole thing. I'm going to jump in because we have two St. Louis and a Denver native here talking about Derrick Rose. Yo, man, Derrick Rose.
I was their Facebook friend,
actually. The fact that
he's
getting his money right now, Adidas. He got that contract. He's coming back. That's all.
No,
really
D-Rose always got
I'm happy for
I'm
him.
pretty sure that's all that matters to most Chicagoans. Like, yo, everything aside with Derrick Rose, as long as he's getting his money and he's fulfilling that Adidas contract, I'm so happy for that dude.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back in the league.
I'm happy for him, but I think there's some unrealistic expectations. Like, I had a conversation with some of my friends the other day, and they're like, Derrick Rose coming back, he's going to be sixth man of the year. He's going to average 20. You know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I think Chicagoans are pretty, understanding that, like, he's not ever going to be 2008.
It depends on what part of Chicago you in.
Depends
on
you know what I mean? All my friends who said
the
that
barbershop
from Chicago.
definitely expect him to be great.
Yeah.
I just want to see him have money the rest of the
Yeah,
just
you
wanna
know,
see
to make some money,
play.
support your kids.
I've ever met like that. Where I'm not met, but just
Been around like
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to do good in sports. I just want to be good,
Yeah, succeed. I want that too, but
He's got a baby on the way.
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah, another one.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's no hate on D Rose on the backcourt. D Rose could play in our backcourt anytime.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Three-man weave.
I think that it's just been rough on him as a athlete.
And as a person, what you got to adjust to, you go from where he come from, you know what I'm saying, to being like, now I'm on the world stage and I'm God's gift to earth and I'm being marketed in every place where you could sell something in the world, and you want him to be a Harvard kid, and it's like, no. You know what I'm saying? Colloquially, like, oh, he's not going to get up there and give a speech about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But he's a very intelligent man also. I think intelligence is not just how well you can master a language or, you know what I mean, do certain shit.
I agree with that.
So, kind of staying on let's stay, in the NBA for a second, people who've been hurt. Kawhi Leonard.
Man, my
the
man.
Spurs haven't had Kawhi all year.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's been out.
And he's
I think he's only played like 9 games.
And he's out, I guess, because he don't want to play no more.
Well,
No, I say he
type
hurt.
shit.
He hurt.
He says he wants to. He's hurt still, and he's saying that he wants to come back potentially by the end of March. But he's saying that basically he doesn't feel comfortable, I guess, with the diagnosis that he got from the Spurs doctors.
Right.
He really feels like they kind of misled him, or he doesn't just feel 100% back. And, you can't tell somebody
I think
if they're injured. You know what I mean? But if they hurt, they're hurt.
even if you are hurt, coming back is a process. And maybe he don't want to look bad out here before he got a $20 million contract on the table with Jordan Brand. He got a lot of shit at stake right now,
Yeah.
He turned down. He turned down the $20 million from Jordan.
So he
He's
might not
such
be
a
trying to
simple
rush
man.
it.
Yeah.
He playing on a team that's kind of undermanned in the West that's very, very stacked.
Yeah.
So they not going to win no matter what. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was just a mysterious injury, though. You know what I mean? Nobody really knew exactly what happened. We just saw ESPN alerts. In the summer, Kawhi Leonard out, quad injury indefinitely. You know what I mean? It was kind of strange. So
it must have been during his rehab. He must have re-injured something from the ankle.
It's just
you know
weird because nobody really knows what's going on. Then you see reports about how he is upset with the team, how he's not going to come back. Yeah. And then now he's like, I'll be a Spur for life, for sure. You know what I mean? It's such a weird thing.
It's nobody way to know what the truth is.
I think that people, you never hear any turmoil with the Spurs. So any hint of turmoil, people just assume the worst with them. And since Kawhi doesn't talk, since he wasn't like hunky dory, you just assume that he was pissed. You know what I mean? Because he just kind of gives that off like he's indifferent.
He's one of the only stars that don't say shit. I don't even know what Kawhi Leonard's voice sounds like.
That's true.
I honestly have never watched this man talk.
He say like 2 words at a time.
You know, but
I respect it. He's still driving his Durango. He up super hella millions, and he right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He got game under the old school act too. Like he not dribbling a bunch. He not doing a whole bunch of extra shit. He just giving buckets and playing D.
Yeah, he's a top 5 player when he plays.
Is Kawhi worth the people were saying he's not worth the $20 million that Jordan wants to give him. Is he worth that $20 million to you guys? What do you think?
He definitely is. He is a
Kawhi
Finals
selling
MVP.
I want to see him get it, but I don't think he is a star.
But is he selling shoes?
He's a star on the court, but nobody from a lifestyle standpoint, especially with the kids younger than us, the younger generation, they don't. He wearing cornrows like it's 2000. They don't relate to Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think nobody growing up trying to be him.
Yeah.
From a swag standpoint, from a lifestyle standpoint, you don't ever see him with all the bad model bitches and all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not his whole thing. He just in his lane. He coming to the gym. He going home. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen his Jordan commercials, as an advertising guy
He's
myself.
He's an 80s NBA guy.
Paying attention to all that stuff. It's very unnatural for him. You know, all the Jordan commercials he's been in, when he does his fake smile and his line, is very awkward.
The one he had, though, when it was like
Kawhi, though.
Check Kawhi or like.
Kawhi, though.
Yeah, Kawhi, though. That was a cold campaign.
Unlike
they didn't
most.
Really build on it, really. I thought that, like, they could make a mystique around Kawhi. It's like mystery. And I don't feel like they're really tapping into that.
Unlike most NBA stars that are 25, 26 years old right now, he hasn't been tagged the NBA player since 3rd grade. And that has plays a lot with it. He didn't go to no blue blood school. He's never been important to nobody until they won the finals.
That's true.
And that's unlike most players. Most players are like when you from 8 on, he going to the bathroom. Yeah. He woke up this morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's no LaMelo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's
not like Jason Tatum. Like, we've been knew all these dudes was going to leave.
I know who Bol. I've known who Bol is since he was a sophomore.
Even less more than that, because Bol, like you said, you on his radar in high school. Nobody knew this man. In college, nobody knew this man. Like, nobody knew him until he won.
Well,
if you were a casual fan.
Yeah, but
even if you're a deep fan, I don't know what high school he went to. I don't know. True. I know San Diego State, but we wasn't watching San Diego State play.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
But I would just say that he almost had 2 Finals MVPs. If the Spurs would have beat the Heat in the finals that season, that was his MVP.
That was his MVP.
You know what I'm saying? That was only his 2nd year in the league. So it's not like he is a nobody on the NBA scene.
Right.
He is one of the best players in the game.
I'm just talking about his brand. Like,
your brand, don't have one.
Like, Brandon Jennings, since he been in 7th grade, everybody know who the fuck Brandon Jennings is.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
you really into basketball, you know what I'm saying? You done seen him cry in high school on TV. You know what I mean?
Did D-Rose make him cry? No.
Yeah, D-Rose made him cry.
D-Rose made Brandon Jennings cry.
Shout out to D-Rose.
Hilarious, actually. That was actually really funny.
He made Brandon Jennings cry.
Shout out Simeon.
We've been talking a lot of Brandon Jennings and Simeon today.
Right.
Staying in the East, do you guys think that the Raptors are legitimate contenders
to contend for
the Eastern Conference Finals, to go to the
Eastern Conference Finals,
to go to the championship?
I think they could get 2 games off Brian.
Not to win the finals.
I think they could. Like I said, as long as LeBron is in good health, then it's kind of dead for everybody because it's just LeBron. But beyond that, they might could take them to 6 games. If Kyle Lowry doesn't play like a child when the lights are on. If Kyle Lowry is like the Kyle Lowry, the private school Kyle Lowry everybody love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then when he doing that, DeRozan be on his same shit. DeRozan gonna average close to 30. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Ibaka, if he makes open threes, maybe. You know what I mean? They just kind of.
It's so. Oh, go ahead.
I like them.
I was just gonna say that no, I don't think they have a chance. But at the same time, 2 years ago, they took them to 6 or 7 games. They took the Cavs. Was it?
I think they might have took them to 6.
When they had Biyombo, and that was a better Cavs team than they got now. And this is the same core Raptors team, so they got experience now. So I'm not gonna be the one. I
can't say they was better.
Chance. The Cavs? I mean,
because they was gelling that year. That was their first year together.
I think the year they won. Better. I think the Raptors are much better this year. The Raptors are as a group.
No, the Raptors are. You talking about the Cavs.
Oh, I got you.
I think they're better suited for LeBron's leadership now.
Yeah, because they all younger. There's not a lot of star power besides LeBron.
I think that the Cavs were better then. Yeah. I think the Cavs were better then for sure because
LeBron
we knew our options. Right now, when Kevin Love comes back,
Kevin Love a role player though. Everybody's a role player.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
and now it's
that's
defined.
that's kind of what they're struggling with though a little bit. Is like it was a lot of pressure off to be like, you know what, we got Kyrie.
I mean, your playmakers now are LeBron and Jordan Clarkson. Everybody else, if you open, shoot it. If you not, pass that motherfucker.
Our playmakers outside of Jordan Hill are people who've never played the playoffs. So
true.
I'm not saying that I agree that they are better fitted for LeBron, but the pressure that comes with the playoffs, like when it's Game 6 and we need Jordan Clarkson to not turn that bitch over and drill into 3 people.
I think Clarkson showed me enough that he got heart. He not no bitch ass nigga.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
That's one thing, but do we have the experience in the playoffs to do that?
Experience is a real thing, but sometimes it's overrated because
the IQ.
How much experience do you need with LeBron to beat weak ass niggas in the East?
I mean,
a lot.
A lot, because all his teams previous to this have been outside of like the people who haven't had playoff experience on his teams has been like Shumpert, really.
I mean, they do have playoff experience outside of a few spots. I think it's overstated. Like Kyle Korver and them have a lot of experience. Jordan, what's the
Jeff Green doesn't. I don't know.
Jeff Green been to the finals.
Who?
With
the
OKC.
Thunder, with the Thunder, but he was a rookie
he was
young.
Yeah,
he was. But he was young. He barely played.
Okay, that was 10 years. I'm saying they have experience. He's a professional grown-ass man. That's all I'm saying.
Took time off.
The least experienced people you have is Rodney Hood and them, and they been in the playoffs and just lost. But they have been battle-tested. They played on all the highest platforms. Jordan Clarkson might be the least prepared, but he got the most dog in him.
I guess my point was they just been players that have had no expectations. That it's professional,
and that's what I think is gonna make it easier.
From having no expectations to being like
I think that make it easier though,
champions.
because when you don't got no expectations, you trying to prove yourself, and you ain't got nothing to lose. And I'd rather have LeBron with some niggas with nothing to lose than have a bunch of J.R. Smith ass niggas that ain't really tripping off shit in a fantasy mode. You know what I'm saying?
When has he had a bunch of J.R. Smith niggas? I think.
I'm just saying people who got egos and brands and different shit that's going on, to where it's like they have shit, they thinking about other shit. These kids that with him now just making open threes.
But they still need experience though. You know what I mean?
They all been in the league for a minute. Ain't no rookies playing. Lance and them the most inexperienced.
And he's been stepping up. Actually, he's been dropping 20 a few games. I understand that, but at the same time, you still need some seasoned NBA players. LeBron didn't win until he had that around him.
Okay, so we still talking about the East. Who is the seasoned veteran team in the East that's so much more veteran than everybody else?
There's nobody better.
No, I'm talking about seasoned. I'm talking about like you talk about like Toronto. Yeah. They have veterans and DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, but outside of that, all of them was in college a few years ago.
The Celtics outside of Tatum,
Jalen Brown's hurt.
All of them went to the conference finals last year.
Okay, so
that's one time.
Jalen Brown not hurt. He get hurt, but he coming back.
Yeah,
that's one time.
On that topic of the Celtics, though, do you think they have a better young core than the Cavs?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
I do.
So then when you stack them, let's say they go to the Eastern Conference Finals together, then what happens?
Who guard LeBron?
That's a good question.
So it's nothing really to talk about this year. Maybe next year when they got Hayward back, if Hayward can show us, because we've never seen Hayward do nothing when the lights is on in real life.
The Celtics without Jordan Hayward, their team is based around
Gordon
Kyrie,
Hayward,
and it's around like the rest of them.
But like I said, if the people we can't think of their name,
true,
or the person who going, like I said, long as LeBron is in good health, it's really nothing that nobody can do in the East.
I agree with that.
And And with KD being on the team, now KD changed the league. So we already know what time it is with that. We'll see if they could beat KD. But that's really the question.
I agree with that.
Beat them?
And that's Rockets are stacked. We've never seen Harden, when it get warm outside, Harden go to putty.
True.
So that's just been a fact over the last 3 to 4 years. So if he gonna be a man, the same man he is today, when it come June, May, then maybe they can beat them.
Yeah.
But if not, then it is what it is, and we know who's going to win. And they got the most experience out of everybody in the West.
Steph is hurt, though.
Steph is hurt.
Does that mean anything?
And they just lost.
Long as Steph could stand on his 2 feet, they win. Because, I mean, you're not going to leave him open. The pressure he put on the basket we've never seen.
Is the thing. You can't leave.
You got to guard him from the logo down.
Have to guard him.
Even if he's not healthy.
Even if he plays off the ball.
And he's not the best player on the team no more.
He can play off the ball.
Kevin Durant the best player on the team now. So it's a different dynamic.
But Steph never really is the man in the finals anyways.
Right, and that's why KD is the punching factor, because if now he become a role player shooter, you got the best specialist in the history of the world ever, along with the other best specialists ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And it's like, cause like when you talk about like somebody quote unquote being the man in the playoffs, unless you only the man in the playoffs if you take your team and win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, KD, I guess technically last year he did that with three other All Stars.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we all feel like
so
it's
it's
some whole shit.
Without, you know what I'm saying, like
It
leading a team to the championship. You know what I'm saying, on their back. KD haven't done that.
LeBron, the only person
Right.
who have, and that's
Right.
why it's like.
I mean, yeah, Steph didn't play well in the finals. The 2 times they won previous.
He plays worse than he does regularly when it comes to
Warriors
finals.
got
His
two
averages
championships.
dip
He shrinks.
dramatically.
It's true.
Has
Like,
the
he
Warriors,
shrinks.
the Warriors got 2 championships.
They got
Yeah.
two.
Two.
Andre Iguodala got the first Finals MVP. KD got the second one. Where's
Right.
Steph at?
Right.
You know,
Exactly. Steph definitely, like I said, when it get warm, niggas go
Yeah.
down.
Him
You know
and
what I'm saying?
Harden.
And it's
Crazy.
different between playing day to day on some like we not tripping off this game,
Right.
and when the lights is on, people draws get
I mean,
tight.
because they
Right.
basically blew the Cavs out last year.
Right.
They did.
Like that wasn't
Give or
even.
take
It was a gentleman's
unfortunately.
sweep.
You know what I mean?
Wasn't it 5 games?
It was a gentleman's sweep.
It was a gentleman's sweep last year.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what makes it hard because it's like Steph doesn't even have to play that well. Really.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why the league fucked up.
Yeah,
'Cause
it don't
it's
matter
like-
anymore.
Yeah. It's like they're probably going to win, barring somebody
Which is
dying
whack.
or some crazy ass shit happen.
Yeah, like maybe it's Steph,
And that's what make the NBA weak
if
now.
Steph didn't like, let's say like some boring like Steph didn't come back, like Steph, KD, or Clay would not have to come back for them to win. Like if
Yeah, they
Clay
could
went
still
out-
win
I don't
without a
know.
nigga.
I don't
If
know.
Clay went out, because the only reason I think that is because it's like the third person makes it hard.
Yeah.
When you got 2 people, you got Clay. Let's say you got Steph and KD. Okay, you can match up. You might could figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
But when you got that third person,
That
that's
is white water
automatic,
Yeah.
that's
from behind the
open
line.
3. That's an automatic.
It's just like
can't help.
It's
Like,
too much.
It's like
space.
Chris Bosh in Miami.
Chris Bosh in Miami.
I thought he was the S factor, honestly.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because
He
it's a
got the
third
rebound.
person.
Yeah.
The rebound that saved the championship.
And
Yeah,
to,
that's true.
and to
That's
be able
true.
to humbly and factually say that KD is head and shoulders better than Chris Bosh,
Right. KD is like a
and
great
you
player.
already had the best team of all time ever before adding KD. It's like, and they got
Yeah.
more chemistry and they continue to gel. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So staying in the West, and we're talking
Yeah.
playoffs, you know, Pawnee, you're from Denver. The Nuggets are in the playoffs right now, right?
Man, we are on the outside looking in.
My dude
Did
got
I
his
see-
Nuggets. Show him your
Yeah.
Nuggets shirt,
Yeah,
bro.
you
Show
know, I
him.
got the
Shout out
Nuggets
to
tee
the
on
Nuggets,
right
you know what
now.
I'm saying?
You know.
I thought that they just dropped out.
Yeah, the Clippers, because they won yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah,
they just dropped out. Okay, because I was
yeah.
gonna say I know when we talked before, the Nuggets definitely in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
I really like
Okay,
y'all.
so the
I really
Clippers-
like the Joker a lot. I like Gary Harris a lot. Gary Harris is one of the
Jamal
most
Murray.
underrated 22-year-old.
So what do you think? What do the Nuggets need to like solidify? Is it they just need more maturation?
Defense.
Defense.
He
the
was
other day.
LeBron was baking Wilson Chandler at the end of the game.
Shout out
LeBron
to Wilson
scored
Chandler. He
like
went to
15
DePaul.
points
Yeah.
in the last 3 minutes. It was ridiculous. But we need some defense because honestly, we can put up the points. And most of the games that we win, if you look at the score, it's like 120 to 110.
Right.
You know, 125 to 105. Like that's
Right.
not the way that you win in the playoffs.
Where does the defense come from you guys?
Honestly, I think it start in the middle. Start with the Joker. You know, if the Joker set the tone.
Joker got that Matador defense. I'm gonna be honest. Joker's
Yeah.
defense is that I'm there, but I'm not there.
Yeah, he don't really do
There,
anything.
but I'm not there.
He not a
for you.
shot blocker. He just take up space, honestly. So
Yeah.
I think Gary Harris is our best defender in my opinion. And you know, if we can get some post defense, I think we'll be in good shape. But I think that's one key is defense, but also is maturation, like you said.
But see, that's hard for me because, like you said, because somebody that they got that's sitting Fareed.
No, Manimal is done.
Manimal's
He's whack.
done?
He's whack to me, honestly. Even when he was
Whack?
having his hot season, when he was getting a double-double and all of that, he has no skill. He doesn't have skill. All he can do is rebound and do putbacks.
Okay.
Think about all his points that he get.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. Okay. When you say he got no skill, that's fair.
Yeah, and
But see, okay, but I think that the Manimal has a defensive like NBA defense.
yeah, he can play some defense, but in today's league, you need to have more than that. You know, all the bigs now, you really can't succeed with an undersized big.
Because who's starting at the 4?
Right now, it's Paul Millsap.
Paul Millsap.
Yeah.
So then you come off the bench like with Plumlee, and then they come off with Trey Lyles. That's gotta be Fareed,
I'm not a
Fareed,
fan of Trey Lyles
Fareed,
either.
The breakout year he had, like you said, he was doing what he was doing. He was an all-star, rebounding, blocking shots, playing defense,
people
playing
that got
hard.
overhyped too, but he is a solid at what he do.
He's
a junkyard dog.
But you can't use him in today's league. That's the thing. He's a 6'9".
I hate that shit, bro.
But he's an undersized big man with no jumper. All the big men in the league.
You don't have to have a jumper to be effective in the post.
What great big man in the league
that didn't have a jumper? Kareem,
No,
Shaq.
I'm not talking about in the past. I'm talking about now. Who's a big man in the league without a jumper?
The thing is now, it's not no great big man, and that's what people overlook. Just because you can shoot a little bit don't make you a great big man. I don't need no nigga that's in the. I need you to rebound and fucking sew up the hole. That's what I need you to do. That we losing.
But that's not the type of NBA
strategically.
So let's say like this.
That's a bigger problem.
Just because one team wins in a different way don't mean the whole NBA. The NBA is changed.
Like the NBA is shifting.
Draymond ain't a shooter,
but he got a shot.
No. I mean, everybody got a shot wide the fuck open.
Hold on, having a shot versus just shooting.
You're not a threat.
Different.
We not worried about.
Draymond doesn't have a shot.
Okay.
He just shoots when he's open.
He can shoot.
Yeah, he just has the green light.
You gotta respect it sometimes.
Okay, that's a better way to say.
But that's not a quality of a big man. I think that's something that's fucked up about basketball. Now basketball ain't changed. It's the same sport. Motherfuckers just feel like you gotta do shit a different way now.
The NBA is a copycat league.
If you had a big,
it is. That's a good way to put it, Ryan.
If Fareed was getting the fuck off doing his thing.
But then the league shifted, and then he became irrelevant. That's what happened. He was on the team. He was a starter, but then he was being less effective because they were just leaving him on the perimeter, and he couldn't do anything.
That's not his game. So I'm saying
that's why he's not playing.
As a coach, okay, I feel you. I'm just saying. I'm just defending the big man, the art of the big man. Because everybody now just because you could dribble like Jahlil Okafor, all these people, y'all could score, but y'all not affecting the impact in the game.
I'm saying off the bench, Fareed got 6 to 7 rebounds and some boxing out.
Yeah. We can't make basketball one thing.
Trey Lyles ain't doing shit out there.
At all. He'll waste his space.
He don't score.
Defense is a real thing.
Fareed was an Olympian.
I give you that.
I
will.
So how can
agree.
you play for Coach K and be on the Olympic team? And then
they have an advantage. If you come off the bench with Plumlee and Fareed, it's physical in the paint now.
Yeah, you're right.
The paint is sold up. It ain't nothing coming.
I hope the
Joker
coach
is
listening.
skilled like that, but y'all would be better if Joker was laying that bitch up every time.
Right.
And that's the truth. But y'all want everybody to shoot.
And then two, if you want to play, let's just say like you said, I guess this is like more of a matchup talk.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play, okay, so you got Millsap. Okay, boom. You sub in Fareed for Millsap. Joker and Fareed can play off each other because Joker could come out, play 4. You could play 4 out 1 in with Joker. With Fareed in the paint.
True.
If JaVale McGee could play in the damn NBA, if DeAndre Jordan could play in the NBA.
But who is Fareed backing down? Honestly. How tall is he?
That's not with his game.
I'm
His game is going by. He face up.
I'm just asking.
I'm going to say this. Paul Millsap plays in the post sometimes.
But he
changed
skill.
his game and started shooting. And Paul Millsap not as good as he used to be to me.
But
that's
he
the
still
truth.
got skill. That's the difference. Millsap has skill. Bro.
I'll give you Fareed. I'll give you that Fareed.
He only in Denver because niggas ain't on his ass. That's the truth.
That's fine. He chose us.
He got paid.
No. He chose us.
That was the only option to get paid.
Don't do us like that. He chose us.
That was the only option to get paid at.
That's fine. We got money. Anybody else trying to come to Denver? Let me know.
Come
to death row. Come to death row.
Okay, so they got rid of Moutier. Sent
Good.
Moutier to the Knicks,
Hallelujah.
which I thought was a good idea because they were backlogged at the guard.
Y'all been drafting bad. That's the problem.
It's hard to say they've been drafting bad because, like I said,
because they be wasting years. Like Trey Lyles not gonna be a great player.
We didn't draft him. You know what? You know what's crazy about that is we drafted Donovan Mitchell and traded him for Trey Lyles.
So that's stupid.
That's the worst. That's like the best draft pick we ever made, and we lost it. It's crazy.
Stupid because he's a star.
That's crazy though. And I think, like I said, Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, they drafted Fareed, right?
Yeah.
They drafted Joker.
Yeah.
That's 4 players who have all made an
and that's what
impact in the
people be
NBA.
fucking up. You could have Gary Harris and the boy from that they drafted, Donovan Mitchell.
But then you lose Murray. And that's
Murray the point guard.
Yeah, but so is Spider. He's not really. Yeah, Murray really not a point guard.
They don't have a point guard.
That's true.
Murray is a combo guard. Murray is a combo guard. Gary Harris is a combo guard. Moutier was a combo guard.
But trash.
And that's what everybody wants because the game different now.
Shoot.
He was horrible.
But he couldn't shoot.
Yeah,
that was his main thing.
He also went overseas.
He went overseas, but came back. Couldn't really adapt his game. Exactly.
Learned how to play.
So one last question on the Nuggets because this is how I feel about them, and I want to see if y'all agree.
Yeah.
I think that Murray and Harris have the potential to be like Dame and McCollum.
Murray and Harris. I can't argue that.
You know what I mean?
I can't argue that.
Thank you.
Two guards.
In a
two
different
smaller
way.
Guards.
You know what I'm saying? They got different games, but because Murray is more. Murray can shoot, but that's not his whole thing.
He's just
more off the
inconsistent.
dribble.
Yeah.
Gary Harris's game reminds me a lot of Brad Beal's.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah.
And CJ McCollum is much more off the dribble, tapping you. He will tap you.
He will.
I've
And then
never
pull
seen.
up.
Only reason I'm gonna say no, I agree. Like I like the comparison, but I've never seen nobody like Dame and McCollum. Like what they be on, never seen.
So they
never
better
seen.
than Wall and Beal.
Yes. Give me Dame and McCollum every day.
I'm gonna make an unpopular statement right now.
You usually do.
John Wall is not as good as everybody think.
That's not an unpopular statement. I know.
It's really not actually.
But I
we all gotta feel
even
that.
his team feel
And
that
I
way.
think John Wall holds Brad back. Brad is solid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree.
We seeing that now.
But
Actually,
we're
we're
seeing
seeing
John
that.
Wall is really just fast. That's it.
Yeah.
John Wall,
He's just fast.
He
Yeah.
doesn't
He's athletic.
He doesn't know how to play
IQ.
The
The game is 90% mental, 10% physical
because
for all the
John
kids.
Wall can
Yeah.
get to the basket anytime he gets ready, but
He a highlight guard.
You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's something that's like when he gets in the crunch, or it's like he has a mental block.
Think about if
Yeah.
Chris
It's like
Paul
all
had
of a
John
sudden-
Wall body,
It's like he can't.
the world would be different.
It's like all of a sudden, like when John Wall, it gets down to get down when they really need it. It's like he slows down. It's
Yeah.
like the speed and the fearlessness he plays with escapes his body. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe it's
I agree with that.
But,
and they done overpaid his ass, and he comfortable.
He good now.
but
He good.
But I will agree.
But he not even an all-star to me. He like on the borderline. Like I don't feel like he be deserving his all-star appearance.
John Wall,
In a way, like he lucky he in the East. He's in
I'll
the
give you
West.
that.
It's over with.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that for sure.
He lucky he
Yeah.
in the East.
Our last comment. Let's ask this for you guys. This is a debate that you guys have had stemming back
For 8 years.
for 8
Yeah.
years. It's
And
about.
I've always been right the entire time. I
Let's
could
just
see
say,
Maybe.
how he felt like
Connie
he
is
was
a
right.
lifetime Kobe fan. Me and
Along with
Tanel
me.
jumped the
We
Kobe
jumped ship.
ship.
We
That's
picked
wrong.
Shaq.
When Shaq left, me and now this is something I don't know, Ponny. I don't know if like you really understand. Like you know us to be.
Me and
LeBron
Ryan was
fans,
big
right?
Laker fans,
No.
bro. When we was little, like
And from '96 to like 04, it was nothing that you could say. I was
Lakers.
hurt. What do you mean?
That
What
was
do we
that was
have?
painful.
I was a big
That
time
was
Laker
so
fan.
painful.
I was like, that was such a Midwestern come up.
I hated the
Man,
Pistons.
boo.
I
hated
had
the
no
Pistons.
connection to their ass.
But Kobe, LeBron, what do you guys feel about it now?
Well, okay, I'm gonna just start off and preface it.
Go
I
ahead.
just want him on a platform now to just state the factual statement that, and look me in my face, that LeBron James is always going to be forever a better player than Kobe Bryant.
Look, I'm gonna say this is at this point that we
Not
are
no political
now,
shit.
March 10th, 2018. I can say that. But when we started this argument in 2010 at Mizzou, that wasn't the case. 8 years ago, you know,
It
before I
was
had a
the case.
beard,
The proof
Two
just wasn't in the
presidents
pudding
ago.
yet. Because people
fair.
want to use the championship argument and as
I'm
the
not-
only
I'm
thing
not-
for basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why that was the only thing you had in 2010 for me.
no, it wasn't even that. LeBron was
Who won the championship in 2010? The Mavericks?
The Mamba. What you mean?
Lakers.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
Lakers.
I hear you. I completely understand what you're saying. My argument was that Kobe was doing his thing at the time. LeBron was about to hit his peak in his career. You know what I mean? Like he was doing his thing. He was losing, but he was doing his thing. But he wasn't really owning the league. So that's why I was like, you know, you can't really say it yet. But now I can say it. And you know what's crazy is I've become more of a LeBron fan over the last few years.
I think people always was upset with LeBron for his style of play. And we've all been upset. We want LeBron to be more aggressive at different times, to have more of a Mamba mentality. But something that we
Yeah.
don't what we don't do is we don't criticize Kobe for his flaws at all, and we criticize
What's his flaws?
we criticize LeBron for his. Kobe was a very selfish player, and if he was not with elite Hall of Fame players, he could not win anything or carry them to a level that is elite.
I don't
and that is
know,
100%
man. That's not
factual.
fair. That's
because
not fair.
How many times has
That's
LeBron
not
missed
fair.
the playoffs as an adult person, period?
That's not fair,
One
though.
time.
In the
One
East.
time.
In the East. In the East.
I don't give a fuck about that
Oh,
East. It's
come
8
on,
slots.
man.
It's 8
No,
slots. Don't give me that
bro.
shit.
No,
it's
bro.
8 slots.
Two.
And in the prime of
But
Kobe's
then
career, He was looking crazy, scoring a lot of points, being
he
selfish.
played with Smush Parker, bro.
No, playing with.
Smush Parker, Samaki Walker. Come on, man.
Kwame
Brown, bro.
Booby Gibson went to the finals with LeBron as a child at 21. He couldn't even buy a goddamn drink.
In the Eastern Conference, where there was no
in the NBA, where the top people
who was
played.
dominating the East at the time, bro?
Who
Tell
dominated
me.
the West then?
The Pistons.
Oh, come on.
The
Spurs, the Suns.
And
Come
that's
on,
who they
man.
criticized LeBron for losing to as a child, right?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
it was easy to get to the finals in
He
the
didn't make
East,
the playoffs
bro.
to even try to get to the fucking finals we talking about. And I'm saying he was grown as fuck and he had everything in his.
So when he missed the playoffs? When he missed the playoffs?
Niggas love
Wait.
to skip
We need to
facts.
do some research.
The argument is this. Kobe Bryant, and I love you, Kobe. If you ever see me, I hope we had dinner one day.
Yeah,
in
what's
my
up,
life.
Kobe?
But
What up, man?
Kobe does not make people better. Kobe is a worse Jordan.
All right,
And
that's a
listen,
whole
listen,
different
listen.
argument, though.
Kobe had the most legendary NBA coach of all time. Every time
So
he's
did
ever
Mike.
had any success. Who?
So did Mike.
No, we're not talking about. We talking about LeBron.
But I'm just saying.
Listen. So,
I'm saying.
but look,
Yeah,
when you
come
got
on
when you have a veteran, a person who's won a championship as a player and a coach, the most legendary NBA coach of all time, your entire career.
Sure.
When you have
Not
the
entire.
biggest expenditure on the biggest banner, biggest franchise, arguably in the sport. When you play with, he's only won championship with Hall of Fame caliber people. People love to forget about what's my dude?
what about
wait,
LeBron?
what's Andrew? What's the boy that went crazy, had the fro and looked crazy and shit?
Bynum.
Andrew Bynum was a very, very great big man at the time,
on, man.
along with Paul Gasol, along with Trevor Ariza, who is still a key member to a contending team.
Bro, I can do the same thing. I can break down his
I'm saying
team.
LeBron.
I can break down
has
LeBron's
done-
championship
has
teams.
did
Come
more.
on, man.
I'm not talking about just the championship. I'm talking about he's done more. People criticize LeBron for what he did with no talent. LeBron has had the least amount of talent in the earlier phase of his career.
In the earlier phase, okay, in the earlier phase, that's fine.
And
to
then you
say.
talking about 2010.
That's totally fine. You could say that, but when LeBron started being successful, when LeBron became LeBron and was
He
dominating,
had
in
two
playoffs,
solid players
Come on,
and a
man.
bunch
He
of
had
weak
people-
ass niggas.
No,
Name the
no.
center for the Heat that won the championship. You fucking can't.
Joel Anthony, try me again.
Okay.
Try me
Can
again.
he shoot better than me?
I don't know.
Can he
I don't
shoot
know.
better-
I don't know.
And I'm an average nigga that live life and don't practice.
I got it. Hey, man, I'm an encyclopedia.
Jason Williams was an
all right,
old
I'm gonna
man.
say this. He wasn't.
Was
look,
Jason Williams not an old man?
Was he
Gary
on that
Payton not
team?
an old
Hold
man?
on, time out. Gary Payton was on that team,
Mike
bro.
Miller.
You mixing up all your
Jason Williams
teams.
did play on the
He's
Heat
not credible,
during
ladies and
the finals.
gentlemen.
They went to the finals the
He's
first
not
year. He didn't
credible.
make it. I guess they didn't
Tanel's
win.
not credible.
Jason
y'all.
Williams definitely played for the Heat. Don't play me.
When they won the championship,
Not when they won, but still
What?
when they was that caliber team. I'm just naming niggas
With the
who he
Heat.
played with.
He wasn't
Not
on the
when they was
team.
okay, that's fine.
So
Mario
it's
Chalmers
wrong.
is not that
So it's
fucking
wrong.
good. Mario Chalmers is not that fucking good.
bro.
We're not talking about Kansas.
Okay, so let me
We
speak
not
now.
talking
Let
about
me
Kansas.
speak now.
I'm sorry. Just to interrupt. The second time I interrupt the entire show.
Who is better, Mario
I'm only gonna
Chalmers or
come in.
Derek
I'm only
Fisher?
gonna come in. Derrick Rose.
Who is a
and
better
I'm-
playoff player?
They're different
Hold on,
points in their
wait. Was
career.
Mario Chalmers not the Big
Oh,
12
you talking about the NBA?
player of the year?
We know we talk about the NBA. Or we
I'm
talking
talking
about college.
before the year he did that. Was he not the Big 12 player of the year, which Missouri's also in?
Oh. Hey, what you want,
I mean,
man?
whatever.
Hey.
That
Go
was
back,
just some random
go back
shit.
over there,
He just
man.
really wanted to say that.
Go
So
back over
continuing
there.
on what we were
Look.
talking about.
Look,
We're talking about
man.
LeBron. And LeBron has played with some weak ass niggas.
But
in
when he was
comparison to
winning,
Kobe.
what was his team, bro? Come on, let's be
It
honest.
wasn't better than the 2010 team versus the first team that he won. We could do that, right? So
Come
point
on,
guard,
man.
Name your point guard for the Lakers.
Derek Fisher.
Okay. Esteemed veteran, great player. Mario
It's
Chalmers.
a different.
Okay. D-Wade, Kobe. But D-Wade, we can't say Kobe.
D Wade's the third
Name
best
the-
shooting
name
guard
the three.
ever.
Trevor Ariza.
Trevor
Was he
Ariza.
not a dog?
It's a
Okay,
different. That's fine.
Okay, name LeBron. Okay.
Okay,
Let's go to the
okay,
four.
LeBron.
Let's go to the 4. We got Chris Bosh at the 4.
Okay.
And at the 5, we got Joel Anthony, who is not that good at basketball. We can all agree.
That's fine, but he also.
Off the bench.
But they also
Off
no
the
no
bench.
time out.
Name y'all
Udonis Haslem was starting games.
Okay, what the fuck that mean?
I'm just saying.
How
he
good
was
is Udonis
starting games.
Haslam?
Hey man, he was winning shit.
A pedestrian at
ships.
best. I'm not
That's what I'm
hating on
saying.
none
You
of
can't
these
hate
people.
on Udonis Haslem.
just talking
Like
about-
I don't know, man. I don't know, because it's not really apples to apples. But continue.
The truth is, we're not even gonna get into the.
All right,
to
go
the
ahead,
details.
please.
The truth is, my point is, Kobe can only win on great teams. He adds.
So
to
what
great
can
teams.
LeBron do?
LeBron could take any franchise
And do what?
and take them
and
to
do
the
what?
finals.
Come on, man. Are you kidding me? So he didn't
Who's
have
the worst team
Kyrie
in the league
Irving?
this year?
You know, bro.
What did Kyrie Irving and them do the year before? Was Kyrie Irving and them not the worst team in the history of the NBA the year before that?
That's totally fine.
Oh,
but
no, fine my ass. That's a fact. Another fact.
Yeah, come on, man. That's just not a fair. That's not a fair statement because you
I
got
don't know Michael Jordan
Kyrie.
is the
He went and
concept.
got
He just on some
Kevin Love.
Chicago shit.
Like the thing about LeBron is that he goes and gets people.
Nobody could
he
win
took
a team
Iman
sport.
and JR from the Knicks. He took them from Melo.
They're not good.
He took.
How
Kyle
good is Iman
Korver.
Shumpert?
He took Kyle Korver. He took Ray Allen. Come on now, like he's
Old
taking
people.
No, come on. Ray Allen won them the championship
Bro,
against the
all I'm
Spurs.
saying
Are
to
you kidding
is,
me? No,
you missing
bro.
the point. You just trying to argue because you know.
No, I'm not trying to argue.
What are
We
your
got
facts?
off topic.
So
We got off
Kobe is
topic.
not as good as LeBron. He's never done as much with much
We're
talent.
not gonna say
he
that.
has more championships. He played with the most dominant player we've ever seen in our lifetime.
This is what I'm
outside
gonna
of outside of Michael Jordan.
All right, let me say something because you've been
Who better,
dominating.
Shaq
You've
or
been
Kobe?
dominating this.
Who is better, Shaq or Kobe?
Kobe. So, yeah, I said it.
Okay.
What y'all gonna do exactly?
Okay,
So,
how many championships did Kobe win with Shaq?
3. It's fine.
How many Finals MVPs did he win with Shaq?
It don't matter.
No. Oh, now shit don't matter.
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Now shit don't matter.
Y'all, this is
Look at the stats.
got-
Kobe averaged 29.
Okay,
Shaq averaged 30. Come on, man.
Listen.
Go look up the stats, people.
When we look at the
Go
stats,
look
I
up the
want
stats,
camera to
people.
focus on me.
Put the camera
Put
on
the
me.
camera on Tanel.
No, he talking too much.
When it come down to it, the facts are LeBron is always and will be better
Lord.
than Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that, and he admitted it on
Let
this show.
me get the last word on this so I can clarify what
on
I'm
my
saying.
show. Let him get the last word.
On Tanel and Ryan's show, I will say that it's their show. I'm a special guest, Kanye West. You already know what it is. But
My boy.
my last thing I'm going to say about this is, yes, LeBron is a great player. And at this point in his career, if you compare him and Kobe, he is a better player. I will say that. I
Post
will admit
LeBron,
that.
who is the best player to play the game? Post Jordan, who is the best player you ever seen play?
Right now, I'll give it to LeBron. I'm not going to lie. I'll give it to LeBron. I admitted it. It happened. But that's because I'm a mature person. But I will say that don't do Kobe like that because Kobe's still the man.
Kobe is definitely still the man.
Kobe's the man. Shout out to his Oscar, Black History.
That's true. Dear basketball.
Dear basketball.
Well, that was another episode of the Backcourt with Souls of Liberty. Shout out to Pawnee for coming through. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot done today. I don't know if we ever got that argument under control, but hey, I love talking Kobe and LeBron. We could do this for forever.
That's all I
Unfortunately,
love.
we never got to see them play in the finals, but
That's LeBron's fault.
that is LeBron's fault.
Yeah.
Until next time, you all shoot it high, let it fly. Backcourt, Souls of Liberty, Mild Sauce Radio. It's kind of hot.
All I need in this world is sin, trap music, pizza, couch full of friends. You on that lame thing, change your plans. Show got Slurpees, fries and bands. We advance, y'all wet, y'all pants too big for your britches. Y'all need the pins. Y'all feeling kinda butthurt. Tell your friends won't make it out the mosh pit. We can throw hands. Treat it one day, treat it tonight. Treat it hallway, treat it for life. On FB chat, just got an invite. Now solo dolo, she can get piped. Might have more famous than I am. Show you suck in the outside doing hood rat shit with my friends. Shut your mouth, punk silence. In the presence of opulence. Show respect or hit that duck. You might ride off in the ambulance. May homie help that homie. Mount sauce with that 6-piece. Chillin' on that couch with flaming hot to the ratchet ass auntie. I be with them stoners, sometimes with them drillers. Y'all be with them posers, I be with them real ones. I'm rap round, I'm getting it, or on some couch chillin'. Y'all can say what y'all want to, we can fuck around with your feelings. Get rag, drill song, turn up. 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 I'm watching Death Note. No preaching, dollar to left note. You taking shots, I'm Kevlar. You Kevin left at home, bro. I'm on tour, homesick on tour. You sick of home, see you bored. You stuck on lame, you Velcro. You copy lame, you Kinkos. Get right, live right is all I know. Winfred Perry over Polo. You played yourself Ocho Cinco. Sleeping back chair made by Cinco. You jumped off that Pinot Grigio. Dance like wild women, Ricky no. Crucial conflict, wild style kilo. I'm Grand Canyon, you Saskiho. Clean houses like Dr. a Zizou. Banana beat like names Azu. I'm hard to move just like statues. I'm permanent like heel tattoo. No red and blue, no crip, I rule. I'm murder, click, treated crew. I sit on throne with crown, I rule. I drive on by and watch them true. I be with the stoners, sometimes with the drills. Y'all be with the posers, I be with the real ones. I'm rap round, I'm getting it, or on some couch shit. Y'all can say what y'all want to, you fuck around with your feelings. Get rag, drill some, turn up. 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 Up north got that mouth sauce. Out south got that mouth sauce. Out west got that mouth sauce. East side got that mouth sauce. Up north got that mouth sauce. Down south got that mouth sauce. Out south,
Damn, son.
Up north got that mouth sauce. Out south got that mouth sauce. Out west got that mouth sauce. East side got that mouth sauce. Up north got that mouth sauce. Down south got that mouth sauce. Out south,
Damn, son.